Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss along with Pauly Howard. We're live in downtown Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. Busy 3-hour program lined up today. A couple of professional sports bettors talking college football. One, Brad Powers, in 30 minutes. And he was telling you 4 weeks on X, and he came on this show as well. Get down on Notre Dame to miss the playoffs. Had to be a good feeling for him because a lot of people told him that he was going to be wrong. Ultimately, he was proven right. Plus, what does he like in bowl games and with the playoffs set? Paul Stone in 90 minutes as well. A couple of best bets out of him. And Derek Stevens, who is the owner and the CEO of this great property, his normal 6:30 Eastern slot on a Tuesday. We'll get to look-ahead numbers for Week 16 in the National Football League, Pauly. We have pizzeria bets. And a lot to get into from last night's action and moving forward for tonight's betting card as well. How would you describe that game overall last night? That was something else. Sloppy as all get out. And it depends on what side of the aisle you were on, because I know people were pissed off who had the over.
Yeah.
That's a 10-6 game at halftime. Chargers went on a 9.5-minute drive to begin the third quarter and settled for a field goal. I don't know if that game had any business touching 41 points last night.
Yep. Number one, I can't believe the Eagles lost. It was a car crash, 8 turnovers, 9 field goals. Somehow the Chargers win. The dump off to Vidal, he was the longest play of their passing attack. Keenan Allen was the second leading receiver. He had 2 catches.
Yeah.
They couldn't get anything going. Their best offense was Herbert taking off and running, which was self-preservation because no one could get open.
7 sacks.
Right, and he's under duress, right? I can't believe it. I also couldn't believe his attitude with Rutledge after the game as well. How's your hand? Oh, good. Thanks for asking. Okay.
But he didn't even look happy after they won.
No, you want to talk to her. I want to go celebrate with my teammates. It's in the contract. You have to do it. He didn't want to talk to her.
Yeah, but did you see his reaction after they actually picked him off and the game was over with?
No, I missed it.
Oh, my God. He didn't even have a reaction at all.
Wow.
It looked like it was 3rd down and 10, and they just gave up a long completion on defense. I'm like, that's his... Yeah. Wow, okay, all right.
Interesting fella, yes. Well, as we talked about yesterday, they had to have it because the schedule's so difficult. And then it's just a tire fire in Philly, which several people have pointed it out. But it's going to be very uncomfortable moving forward every home game. And God forbid it's a home playoff game as well. I think they'll hang on to the division. Still, the door is open for Dallas. But with his Hurts, how bad he's playing, you finally get Barkley going. You finally get Brown involved. And then he lets you down with 2 drops.
Yep.
And they lose the game again, and the defense balls out. And you still lose.
So I'm pretty confident in saying the Eagles are going to lose at least 2 more games.
Ooh.
The problem is I don't know if Dallas is going to win out with their schedule.
Okay.
They're going to lose at Buffalo, and I would not be stunned if the Commanders get them in one of the final 4 games of their season either.
Yeah.
But then they need Dallas to win every one of their games to then lose this division, and I don't know if Dallas is capable of doing that or not. Maybe they are. Maybe they can, but they got a couple of roadblocks in there as well. That's not going to make it super easy. But this team is just a complete disaster. The offense is anyway. And that wasn't all on Hurts last night, but a lot of it was. And there is going to be a documentary made. Books might be written on this team going back 4 years ago to the end of this season. Made the Super Bowl, lost against the Chiefs. It started 10-1 the year after and completely collapsed in 2023, got blown out by Tampa Bay. Last year, bounced back, won the whole thing going away, and this year, a repeat of 2023. Somebody's going to write something here and explain exactly what the hell happened in 2 of these big-time bad seasons that they've had.
Yep. Number one, he won't take off and run and scramble, and I don't know what's going on with the passing attack, and Sal Pell nailed it as well. But this is just, to say plus 950, to miss the playoffs, it's not outrageous, and they could blow the division. When it's happened before. It happened to the Denver Broncos, and we've seen this team implode just a couple years ago. So Chargers were begging to get beat. Philly defense was so good. All the turnovers they forced, and then Hurts just gives it back, and we saw history with what he did, which I agree with Mike Florio. If that's a fumble by Hurts, that's a touchdown with Likely. It's the same thing,
yeah, right?
I
know.
It's laughable, some of these rules, but in any event, they should not be 8-5. And this season could get away from them quickly.
What do you think they should be with their record?
God, with how well the defense has played in some of the Dallas game they blew this game last night.
I think you can flip it and say they should be 6-7.
Oh, with the close wins?
Should have lost to Green Bay. Should have lost or could have lost to Detroit. Their defense played out of their minds. Their offense did nothing in either one of those games.
Yeah.
So thank God the defense balled out in those two spots.
Yeah.
How many times if they played Green Bay, 10 times are they going to limit them to 7 points? How many times if they played Detroit will the same thing happen? Maybe they do it a couple of times, but their defense saved their bacon. I think multiple times this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul, we have 4 weeks left. The offense is, with their schedule, like they should absolutely murder the Raiders this weekend.
Yes.
But I don't know.
Yeah. That's right, though. That's the other thing. If it's 7-3 in the second quarter and they're playing with their food, the fans are going to be out for blood.
No doubt.
And it's going to be a home field disadvantage. But there are positives to take from it. You got Goddard involved. You got Brown involved. He didn't help you out on a couple. And Barkley went off. So those are the positives there. At least they got something to point to with the offense. Other than that second half against the Rams. It's been a disaster offensively. So you have that. But this is not a lot of confidence moving forward, though.
Now, as for the flip side here with the Chargers winning that game last night, that pretty much did it for the Chiefs. Do you want to call them dead now or not quite yet?
Life support.
Life support? Okay.
Yeah.
Broncos were minus 1,200 yesterday. What were you going to say?
No,
I was going to say something.
I
was going to say something. I can't say it on the air either. Okay. But, Denver was minus 1,200.
Uh-huh.
Because of the win last night by LA, Denver's now minus 650. It did change a little bit here. But as you pointed out yesterday, the Chargers schedule is so difficult. They got that one last night, which they had to have. At KC, at Dallas, the Texans at home, at Denver. My God. You bet them plus 160 to miss. They're plus 260 now to miss. Do you want to add any more now?
Yeah, I think that's a good bet. I like their team. They have weapons. They have a good quarterback and a good defense. But I think that schedule might get them. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs win out. And still, I know you're laughing at it, but they're laying 4.5 now with their season on the line Sunday, which the power rating's completely out of whack. That they take money every week and they let you down.
God bless anybody betting them. They might win. They might cover.
Yeah.
That's the last team I think I would bet this weekend. Would be Chiefs laying 4.5.
Yeah. Were you shocked how many times he took off and ran?
Well,
even though I know he didn't have a choice because of the pressure?
So once he took off and ran for 15 yards in that first play, I was like, wow, that looked pretty good. And then I started to wonder, like, is he going to keep doing this? And then once he did it like 2 or 3 more times, I'm like, he's going to have to do it the entire game.
Yeah.
Because
couldn't protect him.
Could not protect him whatsoever.
Yeah.
And you obviously got nothing going in the passing game. So after the first couple of times, actually, this would have been, now thinking about it right now, I never did last night, but betting him live with his player prop, which books will do now more and more these days. I'm sure people saw that and were like, I got to bet him right now to go over, maybe ladder him at that point, 30, 40 yards. He got it all done.
I had it wrong. I agreed with Dr. Chow. I thought they would tell him, don't take off. You just had surgery. You broke your hand 8 days ago. And then you even saw that one play where he was tackled by 2 Eagles. And one of them come in and they're slamming him on his hand, trying to force a fumble, but they kept punching him on his hand. What could the more damage?
Remember, I brought that up on the air when Mateer was hurt and coming back against Texas?
Yeah, right.
And then that week leading into the game, like 4 different analysts on networks, former players were saying I do the same exact thing. I would try to I'd try to go after the wrist as often as possible.
Yeah.
So clearly that was in the game plan last night for the Eagles defense.
Yeah, you caught me off guard with those comments. You're a peace-loving kind of guy. I didn't know you had that deep down.
No, I just figured that's what they would do.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Oh, we also had another elimination last night.
Now explain this here.
I don't have any more info to update you right now, but this is Sammy the Sadist, the pro poker player, was still alive who cashed in Grandissimo. He was on the Eagles. Word around the campfire was he was kind of dubious about, the chop. Can we work this out? I don't know. But the quote is now it'll be easier to chop from one person involved. There are 10 people left. It went from 900 to 10 in 2 weeks. And now the implied value of each entry is $1.8 million. Giddy up. Does it even go this distance? And Christmas is going to be chaos because no one has Denver. No one has Detroit. One person has Kansas City. Only 5 have the Cowboys. So now we're down to 10. And we'll see I hope they can come to an agreement before Sunday and work this out because we're talking it's $18 million.
You want all 10 to agree here to a chop?
I would like that, yes.
1 point. Will anybody say no because they want to see if they can get it down to like 3 or 4 people and then maybe chop.
After what has happened? The last 2 weeks?
Imagine.
How can you sit there?
Look at this. Now, after Tampa Bay, 28 people were
Yeah.
taken out with Tampa Bay. I mean, if everybody's going to be on San Francisco this weekend, off the bye,
Or Philly, right? Yeah.
and they happen to
Should be.
hit their toe.
Yeah. Should be clear cut. I think 6 have San Francisco and the rest use Philly, and we'll
Yeah.
see if someone steps out. More on that with Derek coming up. But there it is. But I don't know how you've watched the last couple of weeks and say, no, I think I have an advantage or an edge. And I don't want to split $18 million 10 ways.
Yeah.
Or at least some, and play for 3 or 4, whatever you want to do.
Here's the other way to look at it is this. So let's say what happened last night. That was the final That was the final game of the year last night. And 10 people split it eventually, and they all won 1 point. Wouldn't they be happy to walk away as one of the 10 winners this year and take home $1.87 million? I would think, yeah, sign me up for that right now.
Because now it's just like, what are you going to do? How much? What's your credit? You hedging all that?
Right.
I mean, someone's selling 4% for $92,000. I saw on the website.
Yeah.
So it's like, with the implied value here, what are we going to do?
You're right. I mean, you reach out to Circa and say, hey, I need $2 million to hedge. Eventually, I need $750,000 to hedge on the side. I mean,
this also isn't grandissimo. This was $1,000 to get in. Mm-hmm. So this also goes back to who saw this coming. And it's like you work a 9-to-5 job. But, hey, I'm going to take 2 weeks off. I got to get my affairs in order here. They're going to go for that?
Right. All right, we're going to discuss the whole idea of betting college bowl games compared to what it used to be like, and a radical idea from a former coach that makes some sense.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Brad Powers on the program coming up in 15 minutes, telling everybody for weeks to bet Notre Dame to miss the playoffs at a huge number. That came in for him. We'll also ask him who he likes in the playoffs and see if he has any opinions on the bowl games yet. This is probably never going to go back. And boy, this changed quickly because forever the bowl games were they were the same, right? It was, you get 6-7 on New Year's Day, and it was unbelievable. It was the best day out of the entire year. And then it went from that, and then it's like, okay, who's going to play in the Orange Bowl that night? And we're going to have a national title winner after they're all done. That flipped into now games are going to be played on January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, spread out. And then, 7-8 years ago, Christian McCaffrey said, I'm going to skip my bowl game. Mm-hmm. And then other players started to do that as well. You're like, oh, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. And then enter the transfer portal, the NIL. And this is betting bowls, Pauly, I can't imagine is ever going to go back to what it was pretty much our entire lifetime until recently. And it was, you could get ahead of this stuff as soon as the bowl games were announced. Well, this team's not going to be motivated. You can have strong opinions right away. And if you had any inside information on this kind of stuff, it was bombs away. Now, I mean, players, this stuff could change in the next 10 minutes and you have no idea.
Yeah. I love that the Ole Miss former assistants are allowed to coach and help out for the playoff games, which of course ties in because Lane Kiffin, LSU is paying his bonuses that were in his contract with Ole Miss. So he's going to let some assistants go back and help out while this is going on as well. I mean, it's just insanity, this sport.
It really is. It's not, I mean, forget about, even comparing it to years ago when it was completely different in a much better way. Like how much different is this going to turn into, right? Because you've had so many teams along with Notre Dame say, nah, we're not going to participate. It went from a player or a couple of players saying, I'm going to pass, to now getting to the point of where you have a program like Notre Dame and a bunch of others saying, nah, we're good. Mm-hmm. We don't want to play. Mm-hmm. And so we've had 40 bowl games where you have to have almost 80 teams qualify. And then, this 6-6 team is either not going to play in it or we don't have enough 6-win teams. So you had to reach out to 5 and 7 teams who are now saying, nah, we don't want to do it. Do we cut the number of bowl games in half? Will the playoffs expand to 16, 24 teams? Making it even dicier and fewer games
perhaps.
At that point?
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. That's definitely on the table. Everyone thinks it's broken. I think Dan Wetzel did a good job of ESPN. Just calm down. Yeah, it was a tough year, tough case with the 3 teams here. What happened? How they treated Alabama. I agree. They shouldn't have moved up after their last 2 performances and not drop. We go back to what happened with Georgia, who was undefeated, a wagon, blowing everybody out, and they lost an SEC title game by 3 and dropped. Mm-hmm. So it's just, and everyone's all over Notre Dame too. And in light of the news that moving forward, if they're in the top 12, they're automatically in. They play Wisconsin, Rice, Michigan State, Purdue, Belichick, Navy, BC, Stanford, Syracuse, and of course USC and Miami. So
think about this.
This is really, Notre Dame has really done a number here with this schedule.
Yeah, here is how weak their schedule is next year. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Wisconsin might be the third best team that they're playing.
I can't kill you for that.
Think about that for a second.
I know.
That is disgusting.
Yeah. Now, some of this stuff we're going overboard, like these SEC buffoons with they'd lose 5 games if they were. Come on, knock it off.
Come on.
They went to the title game. They beat Georgia. They're better this year. Notre Dame has a good team. Someone had to be left out. We should be able to all agree that Notre Dame's got a hell of a team. But this is just this SEC nonsense. God.
They're so jaded and warped. It's unbelievable. Then how many losses would they have if they played in the Big Ten? 7?
Yeah, right.
Right. You're going on the 3rd year in a row here where you might not win a national title, guys. Let's calm down here a little bit. And the weekly grind crap hasn't been a thing. That's made up. It's fugazi. That was nonsense when somebody first started it. And I guess, now there are super conferences, by the way. So get bent with that nonsense. Here's a former coach. I've always been a fan of this guy. Rick Neuheisel, and this sounds like a very radical idea, but I think he might be onto something here. He was on the Dan Patrick Show yesterday, and he gets into what might happen to bowl games, but DP asked him about Notre Dame skipping their bowl game.
I think it's a sign of the times. We saw Iowa State. We saw Kansas State also make similar decisions. Obviously, coaching changes there as part of it. But I think bowl games are going to end up being the first game of the year, Dan. I think we're going to see a bunch of these bowls go by way of the whales. And I also think the college football playoff is going to go as they extended that deadline to January 23rd. I think we're going to go right past 16 all the way to 24.
Well, wait a minute. We're going to get rid of bowl games? What do you mean by bowl games will be the first game of the year?
I think we're going to have a hard time talking a bunch of teams into playing in the postseason. Maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I am, because I remember vividly how much I enjoyed him both as a player and as coach. But I just think in this day of transaction football where people are coming and going that there are going to be a lot of teams, and we're going to see a lot of players that aren't going to participate, and I think that's a shame. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunch of these bowl games get moved to the front end of a college football season.
Man, Rick Neuheisel on the Dan Patrick Show yesterday. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't agree with the end. I agree with the first part about expansion. And that's what the Big Ten wants to do anyways.
They're going to skip 16 to go to 24?
Yeah, or 16 to, or 20. Yes, right. Either one. Mm-hmm. I think that's what they're going to do. And I don't know how they're going to be able to put this together.
So yeah. I have a bunch of thoughts on the bowl games there that he said. First of all, it's supposed to be a reward for a good season. And then your fan base, on top of that, generally speaking here, you get to in the middle of, at the Christmas time, probably living in cold weather, you get to travel with your team to an Orlando or Tampa or San Diego or a warm weather climate and actually make a vacation out of it and have a great New Year. That's part of the whole gig. However, I totally agree with these teams now punting on the idea of even going to a bowl game, that they could easily just vanish and not be a thing. And I doubt the people in charge of these bowl games want that to happen, because why? That's how they get paid. So we're playing more and more games on a neutral field to begin the season with anyway. You're already asking these fan bases to travel a long ways, in late August or early September to spend a lot of money, to go to Arlington or go to Atlanta or one of 27 other destinations, Las Vegas, whatever it might be. And so if you just said, we're going to play the bowl game right away, maybe it's based on the previous year, and that's how we expect, and we think fan bases are going to get on board with, traveling and going to see their teams play right away on a neutral field, that could actually work. I'm afraid that these bowl games are just going to they're going to get wiped out in like 3 years.
I think this was a fluke, though. Now, there's going to be coaching changes with the bad timing.
You're talking about the playoff, though, as a fluke.
I think it's also what Iowa State, Kansas State, Notre Dame did a fluke. In terms of we're opting out, we're not going to play. I think everything will work out. But I just think people are just losing their minds like they do every year at this time about the sport's broken and it's going to be okay. It's fine. You were in a tough spot, and a lot of it had to do with super conferences and silly tiebreakers. Let's eliminate that. Stop with these 5-way tiebreakers and what happened with Duke and Notre Dame needs to join a conference. Then we'll be okay.
That's number one.
It's not going to be a problem. The other thing, I think it was poor leadership by Notre Dame. How many people said once they're side by side, they didn't rule it out when Reese Davis asked the committee chair on Tuesday. You knew this could. We're blindsided. We can't believe it.
And then they blame the ACC.
And the ACC
so the ACC stuck up for a team that's actually in their conference for football, Miami, and Notre Dame is pissed at that.
I don't understand how you were blindsided and you can't believe what happened here. You played, you lost. You played 3 good teams. 2 of them beat you. What's the big surprise here?
I would also...
You were side by side, head-to-head was factored in. I agree it was ridiculous what happened in Alabama, but in any event, you're side by side, they jump you, you're out. That's how it is.
Yeah, I think this is... Notre Dame should just tell everybody, like ESPN and like college football in general, please eliminate the stupid committee show.
That's right.
Because they have a point here, like we were misled. You can't do that. By the way, the first time the rankings came out again, they were 10th, Miami's 18th. That's criminal by the committee.
That is.
So, but again, if we never, would Notre Dame have a complaint if we never had a TV show? Because they were strung along the entire time, ranked ahead of Miami until the final week.
You are correct.
So they probably wouldn't be sitting here pissing and moaning like they are.
But it's happened before, though, as you pointed out several times. How many advantages do you need? Come on. You're in the top. If you're in the top 12, you're automatically in moving forward. You get your own TV network. You won't join a conference. You play a bad schedule. I mean, how many advantages do you want? Don't give up 40 points at home to Texas A&M.
Sure. They used to play like damn good teams throughout the entire year. It doesn't help that their Big Ten rivals are in the trash can now, but tinker with your teams in that you play.
Get the first 100 new VSiN Pro annual subscribers who sign up using promo code CIRCA. Get a free 3-night stay at CIRCA the 2nd through the 5th, plus a day bet at Stadium Swim at the final weekend of the regular season. 50% off the monthly price, full year VSiN Pro, AI-powered prop tools, 24/7 video, and every guide. Your CIRCA getaway, last chance, vsin.com/CIRCA. Promo code CIRCA.
Brad Powers next, telling people for weeks to bet Notre Dame to miss the playoffs. It paid off big time for him. We'll also ask who he likes in the playoffs coming up.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
College football here again. It's Follow the Money on VSiN, the sports betting network. We head out now to the progressive guest line as professional sports bettor Brad Powers joins the program. Follow him on X at BradPowers7, website BradPowersports.com. Congratulations, man. On this show, on Twitter, every spot where you could finally, tell people, look, Notre Dame's not going to make the playoffs. At this price, you have to bet them. You were taking that number all along. And it doesn't matter what people were telling you on social media. You held your ground. You kept saying, bookmarked, I'm going to come back to this, and I think I'm going to be right. And you were. So what was your reaction to the committee show on Sunday when they said, yeah, Notre Dame, they're not in?
Well, mixed, because I am a Notre Dame fan. Also mixed because, the price, I'm a big CLV guy, and I had negative CLV by the time that show started. Notre Dame, the yes was minus 3,000. I wish I would have waited for a lot of those bets that I made until right before the show started, because I could have gotten 18-1, 20-1 on the no at that point. But it was one of my biggest wins of my career. It's already had the ramifications of me being limited and multiple outs because of it, because I was parlaying them out, Miami in, Alabama in type stuff. Profitable. But as a Notre Dame fan, as a college football fan, I don't care if it's Notre Dame, if it was Miami or anybody. Sad. The process is, I'm not, the end result, I'm okay. If that was the show and they revealed the rankings, some people would be bitching, but for the most part, I don't think you'd have this vitriol that you have right now. And the reality is, whether you thought Notre Dame was in or out, they were in every single ranking show, didn't play a game. The team above them lost in convincing fashion and yet they got passed up by a team that had been behind them in every single ranking. It made absolutely no sense whatsoever.
That's a great point. Even Mark Ingram on the pregame show with Fox said no, Alabama should be out. That, and I know you were opinionated on that, to move up by beating Auburn in, rivalry game, and you went for it, fourth down, and got it, and then you get annihilated and embarrassed, and you don't drop as well, even though Georgia, that undefeated Georgia team even, that was so good, lost by 3 points and dropped. That's what you thought was criminal.
Yeah, I had no problem with Miami. Should have gotten in over Notre Dame. That's not the problem, and I think that's what people are misconstruing. The problem is Alabama getting in. Alabama not dropping. Well, you can't punish a team for losing a conference championship game, except every single conference championship loser gets punished. The last 3 years, there's been 16 of them. 15 dropped in the very next poll, the college football playoff rankings. The one exception, Alabama. So Alabama must have played a great game, right? No, they were horrific. -3 yards rushing. Didn't cross midfield till late in the third quarter of the game. So that to me was, that's the issue. One of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a ton, but I don't think Alabama should have gotten in. And look, Mark Ingram and I think Damian Harris, another former Alabama running back under Saban, I mean, they have to think it's pathetic and disgusting considering their former Alabama running backs -3 yards rushing. I mean, that program's gotten soft. I think they're getting still the benefit of the doubt of the Nick Saban Alabama program.
Yep.
That program ain't there anymore.
Well said. What's the long-term ramifications with Notre Dame now? You saw the comments, this hurts the relationship with the ACC. Do they join a conference? Does Freeman leave? Run it all down.
Well, I think all of the above, definitely possibility. I do think you don't believe me. I mean, the AD said it. I mean, the relationship with the ACC is strained. I think call him a crybaby, and there was a little bit of that, certainly. But, they are a member in 25 sports of the ACC. They do have a relationship with the ACC in football where they play 5 teams a year. And, they can promote Miami all they want, but they were promoting Miami and also, kind of demoting Notre Dame. So I kind of got that point. Marcus Freeman eventually is going to the NFL, whether it's after this season or 2 years or 3 years from now, he's going to the NFL eventually. But we'll see. I thought it was pretty telling they didn't announce a contract extension in today's press conference. I don't think that's good there. And then, I go back to what happened to Florida State a couple years ago. Not that I'm predicting this for Notre Dame, but man, it was just a devastating blow to the program, what the committee did to them, and they haven't recovered. I'm anxious to see how Notre Dame's priced in the markets, because if everything was well, Marcus is back, they keep most of the roster, you look at the schedule, they're going to be the preseason favorite to win it all. But I just wonder if any of this hangs over the program.
So do you think that Miami was still going to get into the playoff if you go back to Saturday night and Virginia actually beat Duke, and then Virginia was the team to get the automatic bid to the ACC? Do you think they would have stuffed Miami in there, or would they have said, you know what, we're going to keep Notre Dame ahead of the Hurricanes at this point?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think it's 50-50. I could see both. Boy, that would be that's ridiculous if that's your reasoning. Oh, we have to get an ACC member. I mean, legitimately, also one of the major mess ups here in the last week or so is the ACC conference for allowing a 7-5 Duke team to play for your conference championship. Kudos for them. They won it. But for them to allow that to happen, a lot of this would have went away if Miami was playing on Saturday night. I just can't believe that's how you want to showcase your conference, right, by having a 7-5 team playing your conference championship game. It's pathetic.
How about SEC guys saying Notre Dame would lose 4 or 5 games if they played in the SEC?
Yeah, again, everything's changed in the last couple of years. The SEC is not what it was even a couple of years ago. Hell, they haven't had a team play for the national, let alone win a national championship. They haven't had a team play for the national championship the last 2 years. Since everybody's been allowed to pay players legally, it's just funny that the SEC, in a lot of people's power ratings, the SEC don't have a top 4 team right now. So, including mine. So they lost to A&M, but do people they lost by 1 point. With 15 seconds left in the game, it's a 4th and 11, 4th and goal at the 11-yard line. That's a 30% win probability. Otherwise, Notre Dame would have won that game. And, by the way, that would have made Marcus Freeman 5-0 against the SEC in his career at Notre Dame.
Good numbers. Another point. We could have avoided some of these rematches Why did they put Ole Miss ahead of Texas A&M? I thought that was a good observation you had.
I don't understand it. I mean, you look at some of the metrics they use. Forget power ratings. I mean, most power ratings have A&M ahead of Ole Miss, but strength of record, strength of schedule for Texas A&M is superior to Ole Miss. It's okay to dock Ole Miss a little bit. They don't have their head coach. You can't expect them to be fully the 100% team that they were during the season. So they definitely messed that up. And then strategically, I mean, we got 2 rematches in 4 games here in the first round. Obviously, Ole Miss is going to beat Tulane. And then you're going to get another rematch, Ole Miss against Georgia. They could have avoided 2 rematches there if they just would have slotted A&M ahead of it. And plus, kind of, okay, we only dropped the Buckeyes to number 2, but if A&M beats Miami, which they're favored to do so, check out that quarterfinal game. It's played in Arlington. Obviously, that benefits A&M playing relatively close to home compared to Ohio State traveling.
Yep. For the record, as of right now, your power ratings, would they show that Notre Dame would be favored over every team in the SEC?
Every team in the SEC. They'd still be about a 2 or 3 point favorite over Georgia.
That much, huh?
And people act like they're shocked by that. Did you watch? Yeah, everyone overreacts. Nobody watches college football on a weekly basis. They just don't. The fans, the media that cover it, the Heisman voters, you name it. Did they miss, maybe that they were in a food coma from Thanksgiving on Black Friday against one of the worst defenses in the Power 4. Georgia managed 16 points. I know that because I bet Georgia in that game. It was a pathetic effort offensively.
Totally agree. What would you make Notre Dame against Alabama?
Notre Dame, Alabama would be about 6.5.
And
if you don't believe me, again, Notre Dame, they opened that. One of the books opened that lineup against Oklahoma. Yep. Notre Dame was 5.5, and right now that line's right around pick'em as far as Notre Dame at Oklahoma compared to Alabama at Oklahoma.
Do you have a best bet or anything you want to share that you bet already with the Bulls or the playoff, please?
Yeah, I did lay it with the 2 big favorites against the G5. There's a big difference. Just the time we start giving, the G5 the benefit of the doubt, the G5 is the weakest it's ever been. This isn't TCU, Boise State, or Utah from 15 years ago. These are not that great of teams. So I laid it with Oregon, still would lay it with Ole Miss and still would lay that. So those are 2 best bets there. I'll give you a national championship. I think Oregon versus Ohio State with the Buckeyes winning it all.
Oregon, interesting. Okay,
good exacta there.
So you would like Oregon second round? Texas Tech?
Yeah, I would like them against Texas Tech. Not all respect to Texas Tech, but I think there's going to be a culture shock. They have played one of the weakest Power 4 strength of schedules in the entire country. And I just, Oregon's played some people. Tech hasn't.
Quickly here, Mendoza, is it over with, or do you think Pauly has a chance to win the Heisman?
No, it's over with. It was over with when he made that 3rd down pass of 100,000 plays in the college football season. It came down to a 3rd down pass against the Buckeyes in the Big Ten championship game.
He went from about a $2 favorite in that neighborhood to minus 2,000 because of that completion.
Yep, one
Crazy.
play.
Well, Brad, congrats on cashing those big tickets with Notre Dame not getting in. Great job and good luck with the bowl season and also the playoffs. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Take care.
Yeah, there you go. Brad Powers, professional sports bettor. Follow him on X at BradPower7, website BradPowerSports.com. Win, lose up next. Someone found out the hard way playing Wheel of Fortune. Oh boy, I can't wait for the details on this. And some big signings today in Major League Baseball. This is what it looks like when you have $1 zillion, but the team has a weakness.
Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser!
Pauly Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
A beautiful mess, a car crash. Couldn't look away. 8 turnovers, 9 field goals. Chargers win in overtime, 15-1 at Caesars. Kramer did it again. Hampton first touchdown plus 850. Sure, no problem.
Yep. Did you bet those?
I didn't bet Hampton. No.
I bet his plays last night.
I bet Keenan Allen and Goddard. Not all 4.
He got there.
Good job.
How many of those has he cashed
Numerous.
this year?
Numerous.
A lot.
What was the 20-1 a couple weeks ago?
That was Wicks on Thanksgiving Day.
Correct. Very good. Field goal every quarter, 4-1.
How about did we get multiple field goals every quarter?
I don't believe so.
What do you think?
No, first quarter did not happen.
What do you think Dicker the kicker paid for 3, 4, 5 field goals?
I was going to ask the audience, is that available?
Yeah, some books you can climb a little bit, yeah.
You can only climb to like 5. Like, can you bet will there be 6 or 7 field goals in a game?
Oh, in a game combined.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. For kickers, you can go, they usually cap it at 3. 3 or, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's available.
You know what? I can give you one book where I bet you can. It's probably Bet365.
Okay. Every college football game went under this weekend as well. How about that? I mentioned Friday. Throw in Saturday there as well. Subscribe, be part of the team, vsin.com. Our radio and podcast friends, you always want to see these tweets and videos. At Pauly Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in. We'll put you on. Look at this guy. This massive Alaskan moose. Look at the sun. I can't. No AI. No AI. Come on, it's like a dinosaur. How big that guy is.
Okay, that's great perspective right there. He's right next to a four-wheeler.
Yes.
And he's twice as. His neck is. Oh my Lord.
Yep.
If he stands on his hind legs, how tall is he? 15 feet?
I have family in Anchorage. They walk right down in the neighborhoods. They come in your backyard. It's no big thing. No big whoop. Look at that guy. What are you looking at? Huh?
Wow.
You got a problem? He gets a running start. Good night. Like this big fella. Let's go to Colorado Springs. Coming out from the sewer. What is this? Coming out underground.
It's Bane, Dark Knight.
That's right.
Rises.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, we had the 500-pound guy who was living in a crawl space in California. And now in Colorado Springs, this guy coming from underground looking up. It's just nobody's safe anymore, right?
Yeah,
incredible.
Look at that. How are you supposed to be safe on the streets?
No, absolutely.
By the way, his voice, I'm going in fresh here. The Batman series was ruined because of his voice.
Who, Bane?
Bane.
Why? Oh, come on.
Well, first of all, I know people who don't like the Batman voice from Christian Bale.
Bale. Well, that's yeah, I understand.
Bane.
Yeah.
I just like
it's hard to
for
make
2
out,
hours. Come on.
Do you agree with Mitch? FTM at vsin.com.
Oh, drove me nuts the entire movie.
Is Bane that bad with the voice? People have ripped Bale for years. I understand that, but that's unfair. Low blow.
Okay, all right. I can't wait to see the reaction to this.
Low blow. Okay. Want to lose some. South Carolina State, Charleston Southern over 151 up to 158 at Circa. No good. Here's what Mitch was talking about. Several people sent this to me. This one's tough to watch. This is tough to take. Number 5. Someone is playing Wheel of Fortune. They hit it. $2.4 million. They did not play max bet. So I think it was $7,500 instead, I believe.
Oh, no.
Look at that. It lights up. Oh, my God, you hit it. $2.4 million. No good. No good. Now, people are saying, well, it throws the algorithm off. They don't hit it like this. You know, it goes back to my story with the X. She put $20 in, hit max, boom. But there's been stories told where someone has hit megabucks and not hit max. So instead of 10, 20 million, it's $10,000. And we know someone who passed away in Saudi was right there. The wife hit the husband with the purse repeatedly. Oh, I feel sick.
So that says right below it's a $5 denominator. So it's $5 a pull, or is that?
I would imagine it's 2 credits maybe. It's either 5 or 10, whatever.
Okay. So they
didn't hit max.
So the max would have been probably $10.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Oh my God.
I don't know, just a mistake. You weren't paying attention. I don't know, but there's so many great stories.
Oh, that's
like
a killer,
that.
man.
Yep. I'll share this story in depth one time. We know someone who hit megabucks for $14 million, and within 5 minutes they were escorted off the property.
Pretty incredible story.
It is an incredible story. Can't wait to share that one. For the line moves, Sharp Plays is already there. They don't just follow the market, they help shape it. You're not going to outsmart billion-dollar books or full-time sharps on your own. With the Sharp Plays, you don't have to. Advanced AI, proven insider sources, and active across all sports. They deliver the edge serious bettors rely on. Free reports, alerts, market-moving insight straight to your inbox or X-feed. They've been at it since 2011. Documented results, public logs, transparent receipts, sharpplays.com. Jeff and the crew are awesome, trusted by pros, monitored by the books. Stay ahead of the line, sharpplays.com.
All right, coming up in 10 minutes, by the way, we have look-ahead numbers for Week 16 of the NFL. I will say this. Now, it's around... there are different numbers out there in the Thursday night game.
Well said.
I have made a bet officially It's such a big game. Rams Seahawks next week. And I have a bet on that game. I'll tell you about coming up when we run down all these numbers in about 10 minutes here on the program.
Does this Phillip Rivers thing bother you?
Well, which angle? That he's actually allowed to come back and maybe he signed with the Colts now today?
The whole thing. He's allowed to come back. He's 44 years old. He hasn't played since 2020. You got to stick in Rippon or Leonard, whatever, whoever. Steichen said he thinks Leonard has a chance to play Sunday.
Well, it doesn't really
bother
me.
you?
No.
Okay. Well, what if Baker Mayfield breaks his leg and they win the game? It's like, okay, Tom Brady, sell your shares of the Raiders. Come on back, Tom. We'd love to have you.
Okay.
You're okay with that, too?
I'm okay with that, sure.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what if this works out and they make a playoff run?
Well, then good for him.
Really?
I will say this. He's the third shot now to win Comeback Player of the Year. Now, you can't bet that, right?
Absolutely
because people are going to be like, oh, Joe Flacco did it, but they changed the rule after Joe Flacco did it, and he came off the couch, and he actually won all those games with the Browns.
Yeah.
And he only has 4 games left, by the way.
Phillip Rivers is a Charger. He played 1 year there. What's with the love affair? Because the high school team runs the Colts offense?
So he coaches his kid in high school.
Right. I love the comment. Sign the kid.
I thought, why not, actually? So he ran Steichen's offense, and evidently they chatted on a weekly basis.
Look at this.
So it's not going to be a problem for him to go there and know everything with the play calling.
He was a statue when he was in his prime. Now what's he going to? He's going to be worse than Danny Dimes, unable to move. Still, from the article, still remembered fondly at Colts headquarters. He played 1 year with the team. What do you bring donuts every day?
Maybe he's a great dude. Stormy told an unbelievable story on Money Moves. So when she was going to college in San Diego, Phillip would bring his entire family in, and he's got a ton of kids.
Yeah, he does.
So whenever Phillip would show up, they would know booth 84 because it fits 10 people. Has to get it by default.
Good. That's good. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that was great.
This also. It has no effect. Okay, very good. No, never mind.
You don't like the idea of him saving the season? Superman flies in here out of nowhere?
No.
What, because you have bets on them to miss?
No, got nothing to do with it. I just think the whole thing's bizarre, and it's like a farce. He's been out of the league this long, and they just call, I'm going to unretire. I'll come in and try to save the day. And I think it sets a dangerous precedent.
How about
Drew Brees, Brady, whoever's out there.
Fine. Totally good with it.
Are you?
We love a comeback story, don't we? We love boxers when they're 47 years old, they come out and they go at it again. What if Rivers in a weak AFC gets the team to the AFC title game? You want to get absolutely crazy? Think about it like that?
Rivers against Aaron Rodgers.
How about Phillip Rivers, Super Bowl MVP right now?
You know what's wild? The story that Shanahan told. Remember 3 years ago when the Niners made the NFC title game?
Oh, yeah?
They didn't. Well, Garoppolo broke his leg or foot, whatever. Trey Lance broke his ankle. Brock Purdy got hurt in the game, couldn't throw, and Josh Johnson got a concussion. If they beat the Eagles, Rivers was going to play in a Super Bowl against the Chiefs. That was their plan.
Oh, they could sign him?
That was allowed.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
That was what they were going to do. Because remember, Purdy couldn't throw the ball. They were running Wildcat.
No, I know. His arm was shot, yeah.
Like if they were running Wildcat and or the Steelers, the Eagles kept turning the ball over, they were going to play Phillip Rivers in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha made with Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks. They have such a tantalizing holiday menu.
Good word.
And they crush it every single year. And they look delicious, and it pays off when you go there and get these bad boys around Christmas time. By the way, Edwin Diaz to the Dodgers, 3 years, $69 million.
Wow.
We got a problem. It's called our bullpen. Oh, wait, we're worth $17 zillion. Let's go get the best closer in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad Schwarber re-signed with Philadelphia. He was born to play in that city.
Me too.
Look ahead numbers up next. Rams Seahawks Thursday night. Green Bay and Chicago on Sunday. Jacksonville at Denver. What a schedule. Patriots at the Ravens. You're going to get the numbers next.